Atmosphere is not as favorable for tornadoes here as it is in this general area, but it is increasing the low-level wind flow. There's a little pseudo-warm front, if you will, kind of moving north right here, and we're getting new thunderstorms developing out ahead of it. The winds in Carbondale are out of the east-northeast. They just shifted to the southeast in Cape Girardeau, so it's anywhere along this and to the south is where the tornado threat increases. So we're going to have to monitor these storms closely because they are developing in an environment that is favorable for rotation, and they'll be headed towards the Marble Hill area, and if they hold together, Jackson, Cape Girardeau, Scott City, and possibly Dexter as well. So I'm going to throw things over real quick to Laura. Laura, are you seeing any updates in the chat room? Any more on those on that wall cloud or that Elsinore possible tornado?
Well, we did get another report of from the public saying that they saw a wall cloud too from this cell that's moving into Williamsville right now. So a couple reports of wall cloud. Basically, bottom line, what that means is you need to be in your safe area if you are under these tracks. I do want to track both of these cells for you right now. I know it's been a moment, so if you're just joining us, maybe you just got that alert on your phone and you're tuning in. Of course, also I want to tell you, if you are up ahead of these storms and you lose power, please know that we are streaming this live on our KPS weather app too, so you can get to it from your desktop, from our website, or from your phone too, from our KPS weather app. So I want to give you that alert too, because I'm sure a lot of folks have not necessarily lost power, but lost their signal. So let me go ahead and track this. I'm going to track kind of the leading edge, even though that rotation that Grant was tracking was a little bit further back into the storm. I'm going to track the leading edge of where not only you're going to see that heavier rainfall, but also you are going to start to see the possibility of some hail as well. So I believe we had a 20 miles per hour. Let me update this real quick and I will put that track on for you, and then we'll move up to this storm and track that storm as well. So here we go. We're going to track this. It's moving right through Williamsville right now, and we're likely seeing some hail in that area. I'm going to track it just a little bit, moving east-southeast. So that still brings it into Puxico if this rotation sticks with us. So Wappapello, 7:10 is the estimated time for when this storm will be in your area. Now would be the time to move your car in your carport, your garage, if you can, and then get to your safe area. Star at 7:19. 7:28 is right now the estimated time for when it will move into Puxico. Let me now move just a little bit further to the north, and we're going to track this storm that's just west of Piedmont right now. And again, the rotation's kind of back in this part of the storm. I'm going to track this leading edge, so that gives you just a little more time, and that tracks when the possibility of heavy rainfall and hail will move into your area as well. So again, I'm going to track it moving just a little bit to the east-southeast. This gets us almost an hour, the track. It's not bringing up much communities. There you can see Piedmont at 6:53. So that's the only community it's bringing up right now, but you can see that track takes it towards Greenville as well. So Elsinore, also want to let you know you are in the clear now. That storm is east of you. I know you were likely getting alerts in that area. Some of you pretty nervous, but can give you the all clear in Elsinore right now.
Yeah, they just trimmed it right as you said it there, Laura. Hey, I've got a photo. We've got a photo from the Elsinore area, and this is what the suspicion is. Looks kind of like a combination of what we call a tail cloud and a wall cloud. This is where the air is going into the storm, but that right there looks very suspicious. It's hard to tell from this camera angle if that's part of a cloud, but that would definitely be a possible funnel there. And we've got another funnel, another photo, and it looks kind of the same. We've got that little tail cloud there. So this would be the air going into the storm and the rotation right here. Usually what happens is you'll see the downdraft hit right here, and it'll take this and kind of tilt it down to the ground, and that's how you get that rotation in contact with the ground. So scary night with this storm moving into Wayne County right now. Some ominous clouds. We do have pretty strong rotation with it. And let's get you caught up to date. We have tornado warnings out for southern Wayne County and extreme northwestern Butler County. We've got a tornado warning out for southern Reynolds County, and we've got a severe thunderstorm warning out for parts of Livingston County, Crittenden County, Caldwell County and northern Lyon County, and we're going to continue to watch that closely. Yeah, Caldwell County. I just wanted to make sure I got it right for you folks in Princeton. I thought it was Caldwell, but want to definitely make sure. There's a lot of counties out there tonight. So let's zoom in first to the Kentucky storm to see if any of that low-level shear is interacting with it and making it look a little more ominous as this heads towards the Princeton area. And you can see this storm's been going for quite some time, and that's why we say these are supercells, because regular storms don't last hours over hours. This storm's been going since about 4 o'clock when it developed west of Cairo and moved across the area. This is now moving towards the Eddyville area. We'll take a look at the winds inside it, and we're seeing a little bit of rotation right here. It's weak, but you see the green going towards the radar, the fuchsia going away from the radar near Calvert City, and again, that's headed into northern Lyon County, and if it strengthens up, it's headed right along Interstate 69 towards the Princeton area, so that's something we're going to have to monitor closely, and we will continue to do so. But the more ominous storms right now are the ones that actually have tornado warnings with them, and they continue to move across parts of southeast Missouri. And we've got a very strong storm here in southern Wayne County, and it looks like it's actually turning more now to the northeast as well, and that's usually a sign that the updraft may have weakened just a bit, so let's hope that trend continues. New storms developing to the south of Fredericktown and to the southwest of Marquand, moving right across Highway 67 in Madison County. We'll take a look at the winds inside those. Nothing really to be concerned with here, but boy, we're still seeing that tight rotation right there, right along the Butler County, Wayne County line, and we're also seeing rotation right here in southern Reynolds County as it continues to move off to the east at about 20 miles per hour. Again, Piedmont, that storm's going to be headed in your neck of the woods. The most likely area for the rotation will be just to the south of the Piedmont area. So as we zoom in a little more, again, we already talked about Highway 21 there in southern Reynolds County. Let's take a look at some of the highways that are just south of Piedmont that have the greatest threat of seeing that rotation move in within the next hour. There's Highway 34 moving into Reynolds County. That rotation is going to be moving right along that area. So if you're in southern Reynolds County along Highway 34, you need to be in your safe spot right now. Again, that's a basement if you have it. If you don't have the basement, we want to put as many walls between you and the outside by picking that center room on the lowest level of your home. And again, I say it a lot, the bathroom may not be the best choice if that bathroom has an outside wall, because the interior walls will protect you from debris if stuff's flying around outside. So Highway 34 in Wayne County that goes up in towards the Piedmont area. South of Piedmont, anywhere along Highway 34, I would go ahead and be thinking about getting in your safe spot in about 5 to 10 minutes as this storm is extremely strong and moving your way. From Piedmont north, right now the rotation looks to stay just to your south, but there'll be some very strong winds, likelihood of some large hail, and very heavy downpours as well as this storm moves off to the east and eventually probably east-southeast. So we're seeing the rotation right here near Williamsville to the south. We're seeing other rotations well south of the Ellington area, and other strong to severe storms are moving into parts of Reynolds County. This storm earlier showed very strong rotation. We'll see if it does now. It weakened, though, a little bit as it was moving into Reynolds County. And, yeah, we're not seeing anything that was near as strong. The storm that's near Lesterville in Reynolds County, that too I think is severe as it's moving off to the east, but this is going to go across Iron County and eventually move into Madison County. So far, the storms we talked about south of Fredericktown and southwest of Marquand are behaving right along Highway 67, but they are intensifying, and this is basically right where that little kind of miniature warm front is. Basically a wind shift line that's moving north. I talked about that near Cape Girardeau where the winds shifted to the southeast, and just north of Cape Girardeau they're still out of the east-northeast. That gives you that spin at the surface as that moves to the north, and these storms can take on that spin as that front moves off to the north. So, and you kind of make it out. You see this line of broken showers that's trying to develop right here? That's what I'm talking about. That's the boundary as it moved to the north. So thankfully, we're not seeing a lot of development along that. Our main threat, again, is a storm that's moving towards the Princeton area, the tornado-warned storm in southern Wayne County, another tornado-warned storm in southern Reynolds County. And don't look now, but we've got more storms in West Plains, and a lot of our high-resolution models take these towards Poplar Bluff and then turn them to the east-southeast towards Caruthersville later tonight. again, that's something we'll have to monitor as we head throughout the evening hours. So keeping you caught up to date, we have 2 tornado warnings that we are tracking for you. Strong signs of rotation on radar, and we have seen some wall clouds and possible funnels with these storms. They've been moving through the area. We'll see if we have an update on the winds inside the storm. And we're still seeing the possibility of a tornado right here. The rotation west of Williamsville is not quite as strong as it was when it was in the Elsinore area. We're still seeing a pretty tight circulation right there in southern Reynolds County. It's moving right along Highway 34. And again, officially, Wayne County, this part of Wayne County near Mill Spring and south of Piedmont is not under a severe thunderstorm or tornado warning, but eventually I expect it to be extended, at least the severe thunderstorm warning, if not the tornado warning, because when I look at radar, the strongest rotation I see right now is still on this storm in southern Reynolds County, even though we've seen some funnel clouds with this activity near the Williamsville area. So as we back things out just a bit, we'll put a couple of tracks on these storms to see who's in harm's way over the next hour as they continue to move off to the east. And we're going to track them off to the east right now. And we'll do a cell track. And I'm going to kind of go like what Laura was doing. We'll do from the out ahead of the heaviest part of the storm. And I'm going to track it at about 22 miles per hour to give you a little bit of a heads up as well. Puxico, we've been talking about you all night that this could be headed your way. And according to First Alert Doppler Network, that storm will be over you at about 7:41 if it holds together. So that's a little less than an hour from now. Wapapello, 7:24 with this storm that is moving towards the area. We'll take a look at the other cell that is near Piedmont, and we'll track that out to the east as well, or maybe a little east-southeast. And you can see some of the areas that will be impacted by this. Let me get rid of those buttons so you can see them. You can see Beckville, Greenville, and Keim there at 742. And again, the worst part will stay just to the south of Piedmont the way it looks right now. That rotation should stay just to the south along Highway 34 as we continue to track this closely. Now, they just trimmed the severe thunderstorm warning back for Wayne County, but they still have the tornado warning. Any other updates for us, Laura, with the 2 storms moving through the area?
No, Williamsville Fire Department just saying heavy rain and hail there. They don't have a size on that hail right now. But the good news is at least we do have eyes on these storms. So if we're not hearing anything at this point, not to say we're definitely in the clear, but of course that is good news and reassuring that maybe this rotation hasn't quite come to the ground yet. With that said, we still want you to act as if there is a tornado because it can happen like that. So that's why we're telling you, if you are on that track, Grant just tracked these 2 cells for you. If you are anywhere close to maybe your community didn't pop up, but another community close by did, it's just best to go ahead, take your tablet, take your cell phone, go to your basement, and you can continue to watch us there as well. We are streaming live too. I know we're not talking as much about that Kentucky storm right now. It has definitely dropped a lot of hail on parts of southern Illinois and much of northern Kentucky as well. We've had several reports of hail covering the ground. In fact, I'm sure there's pictures out there where it looks like it snowed in some cases. But right now, the most recent reports on this storm are about pea to dime size hail. I bet that's still falling from it. So we're not forgetting about you. But again, as Grant was mentioning, the dynamics aren't quite as severe here for the possibility of a tornado forming. But there's still some gusty winds, definitely some lightning and some hail with the storm right now. But the good news is we're not talking ping pong ball size hail like we've seen out to our west. But there you go. There's an example of that. I'm not sure where that's from, but that's an example of some of that very...
Kevel, Kentucky, I think.
Kevel. So
that was with that storm you were talking about. It looks like it snowed.
Yep, looks like it snowed and will likely create a little bit of fog. So if you are driving through that, that's going to impact your visibility. Obviously, it's not fun to drive through any size hail. But yeah, it looks like it snowed there. That's actually hail on the ground, some pea size, and there's been some reports of some dime-sized hail with this as well. So this is headed towards Princeton. Princeton, you've been pretty calm so far. That's going to change as that hail, heavy rainfall, and lightning move your direction.
And it's not just that storm in Kentucky. I mean, all these storms will be producing hail, even if they're not big hail, we're talking about pea-sized hail that will cover the ground if you're underneath the core, and it'll look like snow, and like Laura said, it'll also cause what we call hail fog, and what that is the hail will cool the atmosphere very, very rapidly because of all the ice, and we get dense fog to form where the heaviest hail accumulates on the ground. So that's something we'll monitor as well. But again, our main concern right now is the severe weather, the possible tornadoes that we are tracking in southeast Missouri, one in southern Reynolds County, one in southern Wayne County. We've got a new storm that is really looking to intensify in Madison County as well. And we're going to take a look at all these storms. But first, I want to take a closer look at the Williamsville storm. Again, Laura had mentioned that they were talking about hail and heavy rains, no hail size right now. But we'll take a look at the winds inside this storm and see. We're still seeing a possible tornado. We're still seeing a little bit of rotation. It doesn't look as impressive as it did when it was over Elsinore, but it is still there. So if you're in the Williamsville area, you definitely want to be seeking shelter, getting in your safe spot. That's putting as many walls between you and the outside as possible. If you don't have a basement, by getting in that interior room. If you do have a basement, head there and wait this storm out as it moves off to the east at about 20 miles per hour. Again, we're seeing a little bit of an intensification right there. I see some of the reds now showing stronger winds going away from the area. So we may not be done with this storm just yet. Again, a possible tornado moving right along the Williamsville area. I'm going to zoom in a little more to see if any other roads pop up so you can get an idea of where exactly this is moving. And you can see this is Highway 49 in southern Wayne County. You can see County Road 421. We're seeing County Road 423, County Road 433, and Williamsville itself. All you folks need to be underground if you have a basement. And if you don't, you need to be on the lowest interior room to put as many walls between you and the outside as possible in case we have a tornado that could rapidly spin up and cause some damage. Let's go ahead and take a look at the other tornado warning in southern Reynolds County and see where this is, because again, it's going to be headed out of southern Reynolds County into parts of western Wayne County. I would anticipate at least a severe thunderstorm warning here shortly for Wayne County, I would think, as we're going to see some heavy rains and hail around State Highway HH 34 from Piedmont south and then wrapping around to 49 going into this storm right here. We'll take a look at the winds inside the storm, and we're still seeing the possibility of rotation. It's a little broader. We're seeing it kind of spread apart now. So again, this is a long way away from the radar site, so we'll continue to monitor it, but things are improving, at least in our eyes. It doesn't look as intense as it was moving right into southwestern Reynolds County as it's now moving into southwestern Wayne County. Doesn't mean we won't have another tornado warning issued, because again, the atmosphere is very conducive for tornadoes right now for the next couple of hours, as long as we have these isolated storms out there. But we're waiting to see if we get a new warning for Wayne County as this continues to move off to the east. So we'll get everybody caught up to date. Again, we've got a strong severe storm we're watching near the Princeton area. Well, it's west of Princeton, but it's headed your way. It's over north. The strongest part right now is over northern Lyon County, moving into Caldwell County, and it's clipping extreme southern Crittenden County. It looks like it's moved out of Livingston County. The other storms we're watching this one closely near Marquand. Matter of fact, I'm going to zoom in on this because this is rapidly intensifying, and it looks like we have another cell that is developing to the west of Jackson in Cape Girardeau County. So let's zoom into these storms right here. Again, here's what I'm talking about. This is rapidly developing right along right along Highway 34 between Jackson and Marble Hill, and then you can see just to the west of 67. This will stay west of Marquand, but this could head up towards the Fredericktown area. We'll see if we have any rotation with this storm. Not really. It doesn't look all that impressive, but it is just gaining strength right now. Our main concern still, those two storms we're watching in Wayne County. There's a new severe thunderstorm warning for this storm, and they may have included it for this storm as well. I'm not sure if they're saying there's two storms or if they're just saying this one storm near Lesterville moving towards the Marquand area. But again, we've got two strong storms in this general